Greetings, friends. Today we meditate on a very important topic, something that Solomon has been alluding to in the previous chapters, and something that I have been giving snippets of. But today we've really settled down on this topic. We're going to look at Ecclesiastes 5, verse 10 to verse 12. And let's get right into it. Solomon in verse 10 says, "He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This also is vanity." Wow. Money can be used for a lot of good things. We use money to eat, to buy food so that we can eat. We use money to help those in need. We can use money to support people who are in need, to support the ministry. So money can have a good use, but money in itself does not bring happiness. Even worse, when we love money, Solomon says, it will leave you unsatisfied. So Solomon is speaking against the love of money. He's speaking against the love of wealth. He's not saying don't use money. Don't aspire to have wealth. That's not what he's saying. He's saying don't love these things. And I recall in the New Testament, Paul also warning Timothy about the love of money, and we are going to get to that. Now, the word for love in Hebrew is ahav, and it can be used to refer to different types of love: parental love, the love of God, the love of human beings. It depends on the context. Now, when you come with me to the New Testament, the same thing actually happens. I'm going to read a verse to you. 1 Timothy 6:12. Paul says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." You see, this is why Solomon says, if you love money, you won't be satisfied. Paul tells us, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Again, Paul is not speaking against money, he's speaking against the love of money. And then he goes on to say, which, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Because of their love for money, they abandoned the faith, and they pierced themselves. They brought upon themselves suffering, pain, and anguish that they would not have had if, instead of loving money, they loved God. Now, the word love, which is used here, well, actually it is a term that has combined the word phileo and another word which means silver or wealth. The Greek word used here is philarguria, which is a joining of two Greek words, and one of them is phileo, which is that brotherly love. However, it is commonly known as the brotherly love, but actually in the New Testament, phileo is not only reserved to express brotherly love, as it has commonly erroneously been taught, and the word agape, which is often said only, is used to express God's love or God's love to human beings. It is used in the New Testament for the love between two human beings also, even brotherly love. This is a friend or a disciple loving another disciple. And so this concept that phileo only expresses brotherly love, agape only expresses the love of God, eros only expresses romantic love, and that storge only expresses protective love, is not true, biblically speaking. Well, let's move on with the other two verses. So what we take from verse 10, Solomon is telling us, do not love money, use money. Verse 11, when good increase, or when goods increase, they increase who eat them. And what advantage has their owner but to see them with his eyes? And so Solomon is expressing that we human beings are excited when our wealth and anything that we possess or we hold valuable increases. But however, the word used here for goods is a word that we have been discussing for quite a while, and I'm actually surprised how Solomon uses this word over and over again. You remember the word in Genesis 1, when God created at the end of every day, the Bible says he said it is good. And we've been seeing how Solomon uses this word so many times in Ecclesiastes. Well, he uses it here again, and in my translation, the translator has translated it in the following way: when goods increase. And I wonder why it is so. But the tov that appears here, which is translated as good, it doesn't refer to an object, but it's referring to a state of being or a state of mind. But anyhow, the meaning of words and translation of words depends on the context. So what Solomon is saying is this: when goodness increases in our life, then it has a direct effect on us. And then he goes on to say, and what advantage has their owner but to see them with his eyes? Let's go to verse 12. Sweet is the sleep of a laborer, whether he eats little or much, but the full stomach of the rich will not let him sleep. Isn't that interesting? So Solomon says, he who labors and eats little, this would obviously be, since there's a contrast here, the poor perhaps, because he's going to go on to speak that the rich cannot sleep although he has a full stomach, but the poor who labors the whole day and eats little, he can sleep. Isn't that interesting? The person who has the most often has difficulty sleeping, but the person who has less has joy and is able to rest. But there are even people who are also poor, who also are not satisfied and cannot sleep. And there are people who are rich, who can sleep and who are satisfied with their labor. So Solomon here is trying to tell us, when we love money, we labor for money, we may eat more than the poor, but we will not be satisfied, we will not have peace. And so friends, the love of money is the root of all evil. Let us love God, and let us use money instead of love money. May God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.